Intro to Harmony, Part 1, in cooperation with the Communications Department and the Broadcasting Department and the Music Department. Here at Briarwood College, it's my pleasure to introduce these two videos on harmony to supplement the article that you're reading on this page. Hi, Tom Zarecki. Welcome back. This is our latest video, and I've added some new visual aids to this thing, and I'll talk quickly through all the segments that we're going to do. There are two lecture note segments in this article, Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1 has 3 songs, which will follow. Part 2 will be talking about 3 additional songs, but they all relate to the harmonies of a song. In fact, in this chapter, you'll be hearing from Extreme, and then Huey Lewis, and then Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, following this video. Then I'll come back and talk some more and set up the material so that you can then watch or hear Bananarama, Chick Corea, and Billy Joel. All right, you with me so far? Each of these videos will only take 10 minutes or less because that's all YouTube allows. And I think I can talk fast enough to cover everything. One of the new features of these will be actual on-screen what to listen for notes that will display right in front of you on the screen. So you'll be able to write those down and you'll know what to listen for as we get into each song. As we talked about earlier, we started at the bottom with rhythm, the tempo or the percussiveness behind each song in contemporary music. And this time we're talking about harmony. And harmony is defined as different notes that are performed or sung simultaneously with the melody. The melody is the lead voice or the lead voicings of the song. In fact, if you were to use a person as an example, you might say that the melody of a song is its face that gives it its real, true characteristics. The harmony of a song is its meat or muscle that make up the real sinew of what the song is all about. And the rhythm is the backbone of the song, as anybody can make that logical comparison. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set up the material for each of the following 3 songs that all demonstrate strong harmonies. And here's the first one. I'll tell you about this one first. You're going to hear a group called Extreme from the 80s. They are a loud, hard rock band, but that's not what this song is. They broke the mold. They broke away from their hard funk metal background, the group Extreme. In fact, the video starts with them turning off the amplifiers and all the equipment. So you'll see Nino Bettencourt and another singer sing without any amplifiers, one guitar, and maybe a little percussiveness in the background, but that's it. But the harmony you'll hear is voice 1 and voice 2. The melody and another voice harmonizing with the lead vocal in the song by Extreme. In fact, here's what you listen for. The orchestration is very thin, just the guitar. The harmonies, there's two guys singing. This is the strength of a power ballad. This is one of many power ballads we'll be talking about, regardless of who you are in the world of music. If you really want to make some extra money, no matter what style of music you have, you can make even more if you decide to put out a ballad, even if you're not a ballad-type group, because that's what happened to this group Extreme. Every song in their album is a kick-ass, loud, hard song, except this one that we're playing here, and it became their biggest million-dollar money-making song of their entire careers, and they had to play it over and over and over again. But that's what made them a lot of money. There are no electric instruments in this song, and there are no drums. In Extreme, more than words. Next, we'll talk about Crosby, Stills, and Nash. That's C-S-N-N-Y, David Crosby, Neil Young, Graham Nash, and Stephen Stills, who's the lead singer. They all play guitars, they all sing. Sometimes Neil Young is there, sometimes he isn't. So sometimes the group is called Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Other times it's Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. This song, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, is called a suite, not S-W-E-E-T, but S-U-I-T-E, meaning a musical suite. In other words, a mashup of a bunch of songs all squished together, flowing from one song to the next. The guitars are the primary, not only harmonic instrument, but rhythmic instrument as well. The four guys, sing harmony with the lead, Stephen Stills, harmonizing with each other, and the guitars provide more harmony, as well as the actual rhythm of the song, as the song changes from song part 1 to song part 2 to song part 3, and you'll see this is a long song. It's 8 minutes long. They go through a whole meandering of styles, almost like driving down a road and you're seeing various scenery during this 8-minute long song called Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. It's from the late 60s, from the beginnings of what was then called folk rock, really just a rock band in this particular style. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, about a girl they all knew, and some of them dated, who later turned out to be was singer Judy Collins. But that's another story. So what you're listening for in Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, 4-part vocal harmonies, and as I mentioned, all the guitars are actually acting as harmonies and the rhythm providing the tempo itself. And remember, a suite has these multiple songs in this one long song. And finally, in this section, you'll hear a song by Huey Lewis and the News called It's All Right. It's All Right was released in the late 80s, early 90s, but it really is reminiscent of the late 50s and the doo-wop style, street corner serenading of singers, usually all men, and it's the doo-wop style, and they're even saying almost doo-wop, doo-wop, as you hear the background in this song. Huey Lewis and the News is one guy and 4 backup guys, providing, in this case, nothing else, just the vocal, and there's no other percussive or instruments behind them. Here are my notes on that song. Right here. You'll be listening for 5 or 4-part vocal harmonies, and that doo-wop style from the 1950s, even though this song itself is actually from the early 90s. But in this song, it's a great example for this harmony chapter because the voices themselves provide the harmonies to the melody, but they also provide the rhythm, the backup rhythm of the song, the backbone of the song, which is made up completely of voices. And then we'll come back after you play those 3 songs, listen to them, maybe more than once if you want, and then we'll introduce the other 3 songs. By the way, if you're watching this chapter and you're not a member of the class and you want to know where to find the songs themselves, go to www.hubpages.com, search for Great Harmony. The article is called Great Harmony, the Meat of Music, with my pen name there, Tom Z. But if you are in the class, you're already on that page, so you're reading right from that page, so you don't have to go anywhere. Just play the next 3 videos, and we'll talk to you after that.